Let's talk about choosing your hard. All right, team. So if you're human, sometimes things are difficult, right? And if you're watching this, you're probably a human being. Right now in real estate, it's a little bit hard, but I would like to invite you to explore something with me for a minute. I'd like to invite you to explore what hard means. What does difficult mean? Because I would argue that whether something is difficult one way or the other, there's always going to be difficulty if you're not looking to lead a mediocre life. What do I mean? I mean, being unhealthy and overweight, that's hard. Eventually, being overweight or unhealthy is going to lead to sickness, disease, things like that. Getting fit is also hard, right? So you get to choose your hard. Do you choose being unhealthy and unfit, overweight over being healthy and fit? Both are hard, but in different ways. See what I'm saying? Another example, being in real estate right now, we are getting told no a lot. Whether it's your buyer that is unable to get an accepted offer, or whether you're trying to go out and win a listing, you might be hearing no a lot more often than you've been used to the last few years. It might be time that you have to embrace the no, embrace the hard, because it's hard to hear no, but it's also hard to be broke and unsuccessful, right? So let's talk about the power of no in this for a minute. Did you realize that for a mortgage loan officer, I think the statistics of converting a lead on national average, and I don't have anything to cite this, so this is just, knowledge from hearing from other folks. I think the statistics of conversion are less than 20%. That means that if a conversion rate for a loan officer is less than 20%, that means less than 20% of the time is someone that a loan officer is talking to turning into a closed loan or income. I think my conversion ratio is somewhere in the 30% range. So what that means is 70% of the time I am being told no. I think a lot of people look at people that they assume have some level of success and think it's easier for them. It isn't. It is never easy to be told no. But again, you have to choose your hard. And I would rather get 70 no's for 30 yeses than have no business to talk to anyone about it all and be closing no loans. So you have to choose your hard and put yourself out there. When you hear no, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the world, right? So we're in sales, we're all gonna hear no sometimes. We might even be told we're garbage at our jobs or whatever, any kind of abuse that can happen in this business. But I would encourage you to take the no and choose your hard and learn from each no. Every time that my team loses a transaction for whatever reason, we do a little autopsy on that to see what we could have done differently. I would encourage you to do the same. Whenever something doesn't go the way you want it to go, make that autopsy appointment with your team or yourself and go through and say, where can I be held accountable for this? Christine Marcasello, who I admire, adore, she's like one of the best ever real estate agents. She called it, what's your DNA on this? And I hope Christine doesn't mind that I'm quoting this. But when she was saying, what's your DNA on this? What part of that no, what part of that hard was your responsibility or you could have done differently? What can you take responsibility for? Again, the power of no and using that to make more yeses happen is great. Choosing your hard. It is hard to manage a boatload of money. It's also hard to be broke as crap. So again, choosing your hard. Which way should it be for you? What do you want? Do you want it to be hard because you're broke or hard because you're rich? Because I'd prefer to have it be hard because I'm rich, right? Relationships. Choose your hard. Being in a relationship can be difficult. Being alone can be difficult. Which choice do you make? right? And each person might be a little bit different. You might choose that being alone works best for you, or being in a relationship works best for you. Again, what I want you to realize is that nothing in life is easy unless you choose complete mediocrity, complete apathy. So instead of being upset about the hard or being upset about the no's, turn it into something great for whatever that greatness means for you. It is hard right now to be a real estate agent. Choose your hard. You can go back and work for someone 9 to 5. Maybe that's your hard, but I would have a hard time listening to someone tell me what to do all day, right? If you're an agent and it's hard right now, choose your hard. It's hard to generate business, but is it harder to go back and work for someone else? What will you choose? As a mortgage loan officer right now, it is hard. It is hard to talk to clients and have difficult conversations all day, every day about interest rates of all things, typically. So choose your hard. You can figure out how to communicate with your clients better and teach them how the mortgage-backed security market works. Or you can blame it on rates and sit back and take a nap. You might not be in business very long that way, but choose your hard, right? Going back to the being told no thing. Did you know when I first got into the mortgage business about 9 years ago, no one would hire me to do mortgages? Did you know that? I got told no so much. The bank I was working for at the time, I was acting as a bank teller. I actually just found my old schedule the other day stuffed in an old book. I was working as a bank teller in hopes that I could get in the mortgage department. Hilarious. They wouldn't even interview me, so I had to go around and hunt for a job. Ultimately, someone finally gave me an opportunity for which I'm forever grateful for, but I heard no a ton before I was able to even get my mortgage job. Guys, no is a part of life. Don't let that stop you from living your dreams and choosing which hard you want to deal with. Do you want to deal with hard because you've made decisions toward your dreams? Or do you want to deal with hard because you let life eat you up and spit you back out? I hope this video wasn't too hard to listen to, pun intended, but I also hope that it inspires you today to make the right difficult decision to get you towards your dreams.